composition. I think by now everybody should know how to do that. You choose whatever resolution you like to work with. You can increase the duration. It depends on you, but I'm fine with this. And this is my background, whatever. Then you press OK. Alright. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is what I want to create my floor. I want it to have a floor, and I want a floor, and I want a wall. I don't want, it's just, let me show you quickly what I'm trying to do. The basic way we cast shadow in the last before the last class, we do it this way. We write our text, blah blah blah. Okay, we come here. I don't know if you guys still remember, but I think you should. Alright, you press OK. Now you now do this. Okay, you press on your This is not what we're taking. I just want to let you put off the sheen. You increase. Okay, and that use that to create shadow, if you guys still remember. But what we're trying to do now is not creating shadow using this I don't know how to call it, like trying to fake it, but we are going to cast shadow without using a solid. We're just going to use a light to create a real shadow. So let me quickly delete this. Let's go back to the scratch. We're just starting the class now. So new composition, you choose your resolution, duration, then okay. So the first thing I want to do is to create my flow. I need a flow, so I create a solid. I want to make this gray. Okay, press OK. So I want to change, you can change the name by right clicking. Okay, and just rename. So let me name it flow. You can also press enter or return on your mark to change to get to rename. All right, you can change whatever color you like. Okay, you can make it whatever color. So I want to definitely make my my flow 3D because I want it to be flat. My caps lock is on, so that's why I'm putting on my 3D layer. All right, so clicking on my flow, you see I have my axis Z, Y, and X. So if I'm rotating in this axis, so I can come to my rotation tool and rotate here, okay, and rotate here. I want it at 90 definitely, so you can just rotate and just rotate and just get it there. So another way you can do that is, instead of you using your rotation tool, you can come here, click on your solid, press R. Okay, where are we rotating? We're rotating on the x-axis, so you can just rotate around. Okay, I want it 90, I want it flat, so I can put my text just wash, so 90 bit. Alright, so let me move it down a bit. Can we all see? Now the next thing is to create my text. Let's not to get you guys confused. I just want a transparent background. I don't want a black background, so that's why I'm clicking here. You can click that too if you like. So the next thing is to create my text. So I'm clicking on my type tool. Okay, then I'm creating my text. Let's make it glass. Okay, maybe I want to turn back on my background because our is white. Okay, so what I want is I want this text to be sitting on this floor. I don't want it up, I don't want it almost, I just want it to be right there. I want it on that floor to be sitting. That's the best way. That's the first step you take in casting shadow. If you don't get it right, your shadow might not look right, or you might not get it at all. So definitely I want to make my text 3D. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, just wash, is to go to my layer, new camera. Okay, you can choose whatever but I think 50 is okay. Okay, let's use 35 is okay. Alright, so I'll go to my camera 2. If I move around, I don't know if you guys can see, but I can see from here that my text is not sitting exactly, it's not sitting right on the floor. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can rotate around, but I can see. So the best way for you to just be sure is it's just for me, that's just the smartest thing I think I do. I don't know if it's smart to you, but for me, all I just need to do is I go to my type tool, I move it down a bit, I let it pass the floor. So I still rotate my camera, I use my camera to, okay, now I'm very sure that what it has gone beyond my floor. So I still go back to my selection tool and move it upward gradually till I don't have it there. I'm sure that what is on the floor. So okay, so that there you have it. So you can just scale it up, okay, by pressing S. Okay, sorry, that's my text. My background, let me rename my background. You can rename by what? Right clicking, press, or you press enter or return on your Mac. Then I can make this my, okay, this is my floor, definitely, I'm right, sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is what? Let's still move. Okay, now we need to increase what? The size of our floor. Okay, I have it increased already. You can increase that. Sorry, let me show you the way it was before. My software, record for certain minutes and you have to go back. So I think this is where I stop. So we need to increase, I have to move back a bit so I am not just ahead of you. So we need to increase our floor, the size. So I'm pressing on S to increase the scale. Okay, but now we don't have a wall. Should we? Okay, let's make a wall, a new solid. Let's make our wall black. Okay, you can see you just have it covered. It's because the only reason is because it's above your text, it's above your floor. So since you want it at the back, just like the normal arrangement you want it in real life, that's the way it should be. So our solid should be what? At the back. For this, since we don't really want it to be moving or whatever, we can leave it in 2D. Should we make it 3D? You can make it 3D if you like, but if you make it 3D, you just have to position it to the right place. Okay, let's move it. Okay, you can also increase the size like we did here by pressing on scale on your, let's rename it, this is our wall. Okay, you can press on enter or return on Mac or what, right click and do that. So we can use scale, but let me quickly show you guys another thing you can use to do that. So we can use what we call motion tower. Let's go to our clicking on our wall, effect, stylize, motion tower. Just increase your output to it, and so I think that's it. Alright, so the next thing for us, let's increase the scale of our floor a bit. Okay, now the next thing for us to do is what? To cast our shadow. To do that, we're going to use our light. Okay, so we go to layer, new, light. Yeah, we're definitely using a spotlight. Yes, this is very important. If you want to cast shadow, if you don't want to cast shadow, you don't turn it on. If you want to cast shadow, turn it on. So if you want to cast shadow, you have to. If you are not turning it on, or if you don't have it on, you can cast anything. So good, that's our shadow. But let's increase our light intensity a bit so we can have let's increase it. Now let's move our light around a bit. You can use, let me not confuse you guys using those handles. Okay, if you're moving this way, the best way for you to know is what? Z. So this X, Y, and Z, so you can easily do that. Okay, but if you are not comfortable with that, you can just come here and do it. But I don't want to get you guys confused. Let's move our camera. Do we have a shadow? No. Why? It's just this simple thing. We don't have our shadow because what? Because we haven't done this. Let's click on our text layer and press on A. Alright, so this is just it, because our cast shadow for the text layer is not on. That's why we don't have a shadow. So if you turn it on, let's see what happens. Do we have a shadow? Yes, we do. Now watch it. This is our light over here, this is our shadow here. Just like the way it happens in real life, wherever you point your light, the shadow casts in the opposite direction. Now you can see the straight line here, with this pivot point, with this center point. That's just like our torchlight, that you have a tube that directs your light to a certain point. So what I'm just trying to say is, whatever this light, this what have you positioned, that's where your light floats. Okay, so even if you're moving your position in front and this is towards another place, you get confused. So wherever you want your light to flush on, that's where this will be. Okay, so if we want our light to be here, to be in the front, and we want our shadow to be in front, definitely we need to do what? We need to move our light to the back. With what? Turning this to the other, turning to face the what have you. So let's keep moving. Let me not get you guys confused. Let's move first. Now you can see that what? We keep moving, but what? The shadow is not yet, but it's because what? This our point is what is pointing to, is still pointing to the back. So gradually, let's keep moving. Okay, I don't want to get you guys confused, that's why I'm doing it gently and gently. Okay, so what I'm just trying to say is what? You have to move this point, you have to get this right. Sorry, let me turn my camera a bit so you guys can see. Okay, then you can use this if you are getting confused. Now this is it, I'm turning it, I use my Z to, okay, let me go back so you guys can see. Let me go back, Ctrl Z, I'm going very back to, okay, this is where we have it. I said this is your Z point. Okay, you can move around, but I don't want to get you confused, that's why I'm using this attribute. Okay, so keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Alright, till what? You can see that what? We now have our shadow in what? In the front. So that is it. So if we look at our text now, we now have shadow, but we have this problem. What happens? Our text is no longer what? White anymore. You know, it was white solid before, but now we now have more of a silhouette text. It's just because of this. So to do that, to turn it back on to the white layer, what we just need to do is what? Accept light. Let's turn it what? Off. What do we have? We have our text, we have our shadow, and we have our and everything is on. So if you want to, you know, we can still do some more. If you want to blow, if you want some let's click on our light, press AA. Okay, if you want to feather your light a bit, if you want to soften it, if you want to diffuse it, you can just come to the light and see what is happening. So that's the basic thing we treated in our last class for those that weren't around. So that's just the basic way of how to cast what? Shadow using light in After Effects. I hope I've been able to help you guys in the little way I can. Thank you for your time. God bless.